Hi YouTube! I hope you're doing well and being the absolute best and greatest of assets out there. We are back with another tutorial video for a Lethal Company, and this time I'm gonna show you the Jetpack. This Jetpack here is one of those things that a lot of people know of, have potentially tried, but then you blew up your friends, you blew up yourself, you landed poorly, you flew into a wall, so you decided while it's funny, it's not very useful. Now that also comes with the problem that you're missing out on an opportunity that might actually save your life. It can be super duper useful. So we're gonna explain a few good tricks. I'm not a master of the Jetpack, but I am, I would say, fairly good at it. I can use it efficiently. So if you want to learn more, I will probably learn more over time. I've only dabbled a little bit in basic usage of it. So if you want to pull off really fancy like loop-de-loops, I can try and do a video of that later on. Feel free to leave a comment. Now, first things first, when you push the button, it takes time for it to charge up. Oh, it's out of battery after I dropped it. Let's go. So, when you push the button, it will take some time for it to lift off, as you will see here. It takes quite some time. That leaves it a bit of time before you lean forward, because you want to push forward to lean forward, because the mouse thing is just going to be, like, it's going to control differently when you're in the air. So if I move the mouse, I only look around. But if I move WASD, that's how I tilt myself to the sides to actually move. So if I want to move to the side, I press W or D. As you can see, it moves back and forth. But it takes some time to get that control, and that can throw you off, that you have to wait, and it might be urgent, you have to move fast. To speed this up, if you jump while the charge up is happening, you're already getting the instant lift. So this is what happens when you jump at once. So as you can see, I also press W to be able to lean forward and land up here. You get instant control of the Jetpack if you add a quick jump at the beginning. So that is a really useful thing to keep in mind as you start flying with the Jetpack. Jump and start controlling yourself with WASD. Now, what you can do to have a little bit more safe control is that if you hold for too long, you will hear a alert kind of blare like that it's about to explode. Then you have pushed for too far, but otherwise you can fly really far. So if I press W and just fly in that direction, you can see that I can fly really far in this direction without any alerts going off. So I'm super safe. You have lots of time to actually fly. And if you want to have a little bit of control on your landing, you want to like lean forward and click in bursts to not fly too high to get good control over it. So rather than just constantly holding and trying to nail a spot, you want to do quick bursts off the Jetpack, because otherwise you're gonna be zooming forward and then trying to go upwards, and you're really high up and you have to like quick burst downwards. So having a general pacing upwards to have a kind of good height from where you are, and then start bursting or clicking over and over in bursts, that's kind of how you want to do it. So please don't burst, otherwise don't explode when you do this. So if we want to go to the ship, that will take more control than if I go here. So if we go there first, you will see that it's pretty fast and easy. Quick lean forward, and you're there. Very easy. So let's go back up there and back to the ship. So quick lean forward, start bursting, lean a little bit more, and landing. So as you can see, it's not actually that hard to get some basic controls of the Jetpack. But if you want to do a quick and smooth fly in a further distance, you have to go further and higher. So if I do this, I want to go for a longer time, and I kind of want to make sure I look backwards as I do this. No, I flew too far just because of that. Let's go. There we go. So as said, it's a little bit hard to control when you go further lengths, but you want to kind of look a little bit backwards behind you when you want to go forward pretty far, and then get it back under control. So I accidentally did a little bit of a push too long to get a little bit, or not a D push actually in this direction, to get a little bit more over the ship, and kind of put myself in a bad position. If you want the most control, you kind of direct yourself in the direction you want to, and focus on that, and don't really touch the other buttons, because then you have only one direction to worry about, because as soon as you press A and D, you start leaning. So if I just do this and I align myself and I don't push the other buttons other than A and D, you can see how the controls suddenly got way better. So if you start adding A and W, and D, I mean, you suddenly have a lot more factors to do a good landing. You can still do it, but A and D instantly adds a lot of lack of control. So main guidance, I would say, if you want to use the jetpack really well, is start with the jump, instant control, use A and, well, not A and D, W and S to lean forwards and backwards to get yourself going as fast or as slow as you want forward, and then you look down with W to actually see kind of where you are, because the mouse won't help you well enough to get a good... You still should use the mouse to look up and down, obviously, but the forward leaning is what really gives you a better view of going forward. So if I only try... Now we went too far. And let's land here. There we go. If you only use the mouse, I was trying to use the mouse too. You can see how instantly difficult it got just looking around with the mouse too. So you can of course use it, but it's so much easier to use W and S, because then once again you only have one thing to keep in mind, and that's the W and S. So yeah, I would say that's the tutorial for the jetpack. As you can see, I'm not a master or an expert, but I have the hang of how to do it. You basically just want to burst out a jump instantly, so you have full control from the get-go, rely on W and S. As soon as you add A and D, a little bit of chaos ensues or ensures, and if you use the mouse, you also have a bit more to think of, so try to just think jump, W and S, or forward and backwards, because otherwise you're just going to find yourself potentially like flying all the way out into other places, and what happens then is this. And that's not good. So you don't want to hold the button for too long, because in that case you will end up dying. So I hope this video helped you get a little bit more idea of how to use the jetpack efficiently, and also potentially get yourself out of trouble. It's really useful if you want to bring some items quickly to the ship. You just know the direction, you need to remember kind of where to look at, and then you're good to go. That you have full control over the flight. So hopefully this might make you better, or even a master of the jetpack itself on your side. If you'd like to subscribe during this video, I'm super honored, and thank you very much. Otherwise, I hope it helped you, and maybe I'll still see you in the next video. Bye, YouTube. Bye-bye. Bye.